Mire, don Adán viene abajo del calzoncillo, tiene guardado el dinero. Ah, su, mírátelo. Ah, su me. Entonces déselo a mi tía Chula y le voy a decir a Adán que le diga a Carlos que lo pase trayendo. Bueno, gracias. Ahorita le iban a... Bueno.
Okay, I'm at the Seventh-day Adventist here, a mostly Filipino group here. They meet at a Lutheran church. I came here one time to get copies of this book to give to some of the Hutterite colonies. It mentions the colonies in Russia in this book. It has a lot of history, Roman Catholic. Yeah, saw the Swiss Guard at the Vatican during the Pope's funeral. Wasn't sure they even still have that from the time of, okay. But see, profession of religion has become doctors and lawyers and merchants. Yeah, why? They can have their cake and eat it too. As I was growing this, mentioned this, feeding upon the sheep. I mentioned that a little bit in their study. How the Filipinos have a love offering. They don't have a tax deduction of an atheistic government system. What have we done here? We have made a commodity out of the poor. People want their tax deduction. Pastors and everything compromising the message. Feed thy people with rod, the flock of mine heritage. Micah. A man's enemies of his own household. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This is the times we live in. Why? Why? Malachi. You oppress the hireling and you bring that to his house. So they like this one. You bring a curse with a rub, bring in the storehouse. Where's his storehouse? I wrote down Ezekiel 34. See, what are they doing? You take what was by robbery and forced to his house, he shall not bless this. Evil is being called good right from in the pulpit. And people want it. The day cometh. Elijah cometh. Okay? I believe that's one of the two witnesses. But Adventists want to teach what? That's the Old and New Testament. Really? No. This comes after. Why? Mainstream media and the false teachers will not tell us the truth. Most people will think a UFO or whatever took a few. Most of them are from the dead. This is the next event. Pentecost already happened. Baptism tomorrow at Chestnut Lake. How many? 1,400 adults got rebaptized in Oklahoma. Are we going to be able to do this in Canada? Most of them don't want to rebaptize. Peter got out of the boat. Solomon had to go through the mikvah tank. We're not taught the history correctly. It's not our salvation. That's why the Lutherans tomorrow have child baptism. Why? They think that's their salvation? No, it's not. The thief on the cross didn't have the opportunity. He didn't beat Jesus to heaven. He needs resurrected. Lot and Noah needs resurrected. Enough with staying on the ark. The boat is sinking. Peter was called out of the boat. I mentioned Revelation 14. First fruits unto God. This is part of the three angels' message, but they don't want to teach it. Babylon is fallen. Image beast. Now we have the computer beast and its image. AI. But no, they're going to teach it still in the future yet. Napoleon. He that leadeth into captivity. Napoleon took. I believe it's still in this book unless they've changed this too. Those are all both small, great and small. Receive a mark. Okay. These things are happening. But no. Push it all into the future yet. Abstain from appearances of evil. Yeah. Which sleep in Jesus. A guy just recently was teaching that it's the spirit comes back and joins up with the body. No. Enough with the Canaanite out of body. What do you think he resurrected Lazarus on the fourth day? Just on and on and on. I'm in a little piano here, little library over here. had Dave Hunt's books. Nobody reads them. Beyond Seduction and Seduction of Christianity. Mentions psychology in there. The psychologist didn't want to read the book Psycho-Heresy by Botkin. That's his income. But they put him behind the pulpit in the Hebrew place. I see him in different locations. Yeah. Joel Richardson. Oh, don't be deceived by the book of Enoch, but then he goes and reads partial where he puts away pre-trib. Lots of Americans are pre-trib. Why? Hey, sounds nice. Sounds reasonable. Escapism. Tell that to the person in Congo or Nigeria, the little border disputes. Hey, if you don't leave with nothing, half their family is wiped out. Tell them the persecution and tribulation exists in the future. Mid-trib or pre-wrath. It's terminology. A truck is a lorry in the UK. Trinity. You get all uptight about the former JW agreed with me. Okay. He heard too now that he packed white off to Australia. And put things out of context. But there's more pressing issues like the King James Bible. No, most of them read what? But it doesn't have this here. Matthew 24:12. And because of iniquity, that's what we do knowing and willfully, not just lawlessness like the laws of the land. And the love of many shall wax cold. Just take the word wax out. How does wax in the candle turn cold? Then they want to teach this as a dietary situation in a future third temple. Really? How does a dietary thing cause people's love to wax cold? It's out of context. Except those days be cut short. No flesh be saved. I believe that's the mortal. It has to be mortal to repopulate the planet. Okay? It doesn't matter the time. We're going to be resurrected. We become immortal. So it doesn't matter if the time cut short or not. See? But the whole Canaanite, that's Hebrew. But no, the new versions, King James, the new versions read trader or merchant. It's not talking about the person's occupation. See? There's more pressing issues. Okay? But they want to strain at terminology. Okay, this one here got caught up. Okay? Feast of Tabernacles. Tear this page with it. Got stuck the other day, haven't got it open yet. Got something on that. I don't want to tear it too badly. There it is. A little bit torn. Keeps the cattle. That was Zechariah. Amos, I think, too. His feet shall stand on the Mount of Olives. There's no resurrection. When this happened, he comes after the earthquake, all the saints with him. The bastard is already chosen. Well, Zechariah chapter 6. Zechariah chapter 5 has the missiles fired from Shinar, Iran. This is happening. I mentioned this in their little study. The branch, I should believe that should be capitalized in the King James. So I have some issues with the King James too. Okay. Talent of lead. Hey, talent is a big number of lead fired from Shinar, Iran. This is happening. Guy knew it was a couple hundred years old, maybe his grandmother's Bible or something. I said, no, 2,500 years ago. The mysteries are being revealed. Why? He told what would happen. So this is in the future yet, but it's after he shall bear the glory and shall be upon his throne. Not before. Okay? You put the cart before the horse. We don't want to talk about Matthew 27. And the graves were open, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose and came out of the grave. No, they didn't roll up the hill. Okay, this is why the centurion was so shocked. And this is on Pentecost. This already happened prior to the tribulation of the world. Every 1,000 years, there's a major event. Okay, just 15 minutes in this YouTube here today. Okay, health at your fingertips. Okay, women's health, yeah. But Loma Linda promotes organ transplants. You're going to be on immune suppressing drugs the rest of your life. Hey, is that so great and wonderful? Learn about myrrh and frankincense, but they don't want to. It ran down their beards. High quality essential oils. European EC after. But no, we're not taught. We're not taught. Teaching them to deserve all things. What are we taught? The rich are getting richer. Gonna have super rich and super poor. This is where we're going. Change the governments? Do you really change the people in management? The receptionists even? No. Who's running the show? Yeah, businesses and everything. Accountants and receptionists think they're running the show. The guy was off to Winnipeg. I thought he was in town yet. Day before. No. Find out next day that he was already gone. Why? So how come I wasn't told the truth? They're hiding it. They're hiding it. Come here today, but there happened to be a freight train going by, so I got on the LRT and had to walk up this great big high hill here. Great big high hill overlooked the city. I'll go back into their sanctuary, their divine service, synagogue of the Jews. Friend, it's King James only, big time. You didn't understand that. When you take another brethren to court, rather than deal with it in the body with elders and stuff, take they're referred to as a synagogue of Satan. Yeah. We call it a church. Catholics used to call it a parish, but now they call it the Protestant term. Catholics, clergy can have the white collar. Priests are calling themselves pastors. Really? Please from God to separate us from the mother's womb. The Filipinos have their birthday. Hanukkah is Merry Met. Okay? Oh no. So much tradition around us. They think themselves got a lot of inherited wealth here. They think they got their nose stuck up their rear. The guy on the train didn't know that understood. Breastplate of faith and love. Faith and love. Love waxes cold. It's all around us. People don't care until it comes to the problems in the city here. They don't care. No one in the city gates? No. Where's the pastors? Get to know what they're driving. spend a little time to do your studies down at the golf course. You might be surprised who's going to the golf course and with who. Yeah, we make jokes about this. The pastor and the Jewish rabbi and Catholic priest throw the money up in the air. You know the rest of the joke. Yeah, well, what was in Ottawa? Capital of Canada. Big ecumenical function. The Hebrew guy was there discussing out-of-body stuff with the Baptists. What? Okay. $144,000. See, that's 12 times 12. And then it talks about a great multitude. That's who we are. I'm speaking a little softly here. Hope you can hear this. I'll have to go over it and see if it's loud enough. I don't know how to doctor up these things. 21 minutes now. Maybe I'll save it.